I always thought the strangest thing about my apartment was the view. It overlooked the parking lot, nothing but cracked asphalt and a few stubborn weeds. But last week, I started waking up every morning to find my sneakers, the ones I always left deep in my closet, sitting by the front door. They were neatly placed side by side, caked in a crusty mix of salt and sand. The weirdest part? My town is 100 miles from the nearest beach. I laughed it off, blaming sleepwalking, but something in the grit between my toes made me uneasy. If you stick around, you'll want to hear what I found in those shoes. On the third morning, I finally dumped the sand into my palm and noticed tiny, spiral shells, like the kind you find in tide pools. That night, determined to get a grip, I duct taped my closet shut and pushed my shoes under my bed. I even set up my phone to record, just in case. The footage was nothing but darkness and my own steady breathing, but sometime around 2 a.m., a distant, rhythmic roar crept into the audio. It sounded just like waves crashing on the shore, impossibly close. I tried to ignore it, but tonight, something changed. I woke up drenched in sweat, heart pounding, and the entire apartment smelled briny, thick with salt air. The sound of waves was louder, echoing off the drywall, and when I stumbled to the front door, my shoes were already there, wet and heavy. I pressed my ear to the door and heard gulls crying, the unmistakable shush of shifting tides. Panic clawed up my throat. This wasn't just a prank or a dream. Something was reaching for me, dragging pieces of the ocean into my landlocked world. When I finally worked up the nerve to open the door, I didn't find my hallway. Instead, a black, endless beach stretched in both directions, the sand glittering with broken shells. My footprints led away from the threshold, disappearing into the surf. I looked back, desperate to escape, but the door had vanished. The only thing left behind was the sound of my shoes, scraping across the wet sand, as something much larger moved just beneath the waves, waiting for me to follow.